Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your DJ.
Amiga.
You're tuned into the Dee Flow Show on Omega FM, the mad scientist from London, England. So,
heard, Brother Naz.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard that the police officer in charge went on a holiday.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what?
Left it on a holiday.
You know what?
Utter complete disdain.
On cue, right?
Disdain for the family.
Nice.
No one is looking into that anymore. That's why I say, Brother Lasana's analogy of the guy who got a big contract, then who went to a pub to celebrate, forgot his anniversary, came home, took it out on his and then. My philosophy lecturer once said to me that life is an endless succession of intertwined events.
Right.
In each event influencing the other.
Yes.
So if you cut it short, it's an endless succession of intertwined events.
Right.
So if you cut it short, and then end of story. Now these guys came to the police station to demand an explanation from the police.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said that no senior official addressed the concerns.
But you know what I find interesting is that, and again, listeners, it's just an awareness. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, it's like this, right? I just find it interesting that when this riot was going on, the Prime Minister was on holiday. The Mayor of London was on holiday. Now, in theory, no, not in theory, but in my opinion, the police could have taken action without getting orders from the Prime Minister or the Mayor of London, but they waited for them to come back.
Right.
But I just find it interesting that the two powerful people in London was on
not there.
holiday.
Yeah. And we're talking the police, the head of the Metropolitan Police.
Right. Yeah. To what Jaquim was saying, if the parents was there also with their kids, defending their kids, the government would have had to just fall back. The government would have had to change it. And if the parents was with the youths today, was with them during that riot, they would have directed them into saying, no, our voices can be heard this way. And it could have been that much more impactful. Coach, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, in regards to advice, in regards to how to speak to women, you know, was you getting that from your parents or your friends, or you had to find it out on your own by yourself? Or
I've always been a person that makes my own decision. My decision was not to speak to women. Well, at least not do what the rest. I saw a couple of guys going up and just getting rejected, and I was like, I don't like rejection. I don't like rejection. So you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'll be patient and I'll wait for people to come to me rather than me coming to them, or at least
You see? Go for it, Silent. Go for it.
On this one, you see.
Yeah.
There's the next thing as well, yeah. I have a friend, yeah, and what she does is when a guy chaps her, she just turns around and says to the guy, "Why are you talking to me?" Right?
Straight up.
Why are you actually talking to me?
Yeah.
Right? And I remember I had taken this and I've told other girls to do it as well.
Okay.
And the response is, sometimes that's the reply. Sometimes some guys can't even reply with that. They just get angry. It's like, you asked me these questions for, man, later. Like, just want to get Yeah. But what happens though is when she asks the guy, why do you want to talk to me? The guy says, yeah, I just want to get to know you. So then she says, why do you want to get to know me? And he says, because you just look like a nice, friendly looking person. And then she says, how do you know that I'm not a psycho? And then he just says, well, you don't look like a psycho. If you were a psycho, I'd probably tell. And then basically, if you just keep asking why, eventually he'll run out of answers unless he had something real to say.
See,
this is the last time I chirped the girl. This was the bar I used, right?
And
then I never bothered chirping any girl from that point onward again.
Wow.
Right? This is what I did. Yeah, check.
There we go.
I was on an 18 bus, right?
18
bus. When it was a, do you remember?
Yeah.
18 bus. Let me just set the fit in there, right? When it was a bendy bus sometime. Right?
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember the time when it was a bendy bus? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, there was that, yeah. And then must have been sitting on the seat. This girl got on the bus. She was like smiling at me and that. I thought, well, okay, this is a done deal. See where I go on. And then I turned around and I said, excuse me. She turned around and goes, yeah. I goes, do you look as good on the inside as you do on the outside?
Damn!
She looked to the left, looked up, looked down, looked outside the window, looked to her friend, looked back at me, and then said, "What kind of question was that? What kind of question is that?" And I goes, "It's a question."
Yeah.
Because more time, questions aren't like that. That's a question.
For real.
And then she turned around and goes, "Yes, I think so." And then I thought, okay then. And then from that point onward, the ball was in my court.
No, it's no longer a nice thing to be nice to someone. I remember a few years ago, there was a fella that, we'd pass by on the streets, and every time that I see him, he'd say, "It costs nothing to be nice, It costs nothing
so
to be nice."
Yes.
But in today's society, it could cost you your life to be nice to someone. Just to say good morning to someone. The expression that you get from some of these folks that, they live in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
They live on your street. They could be your neighbor. And you say good morning to them or good afternoon to them, and the look. People say if looks could kill. If looks could kill, thank goodness it can't. Because the looks that I get from some of the people that live in my neighborhood, dear, I would be a dead man. I would be a dead man.
Just like, back to the discipline. They need to, again, what I was just saying is that when I'm in the class or I'm taking a basketball session and I see something that I don't personally like, I would say, right, we're going to run suicides, but it's not a punishment, it's discipline. You understand? Like, if you discipline yourself, others won't have to. So would you say they get that confused? Like, when they're punishing their kids, the kids just receive it as a punishment as opposed to it's really discipline.
You see that word punishment?
Yeah.
Like hard for me. You with me?
Okay. I see.
Correction. You understand? Because you as the adult, you're supposed to be taking the lead in whatever family situation you're in.
Yeah.
The old Jamaican adage for monkeys, the monkey do. You understand? So if your children have seen you doing stuff, you understand?
Yeah.
Great. You obviously go pick that up, bro. Come on, man. I'm 47 years of age, and no man. Family being hustling the city, and now them are hustler, big hustler, you understand? So it's what they saw their people doing. So
to simplify, a problem is a misunderstood opportunity. Yeah, we have to really think. It's not illegal yet. Think. Yeah. We can get ourselves out of these situations. Yeah, turn a negative into a positive. That's why I always say as a coach, if you can't dribble, learn how to dribble. That negative is now your strongest point. But I'm just gonna leave it there in case I go off the floor. I'm just gonna leave it there. For real. Listeners, what is love? What does love mean to you? I know a friend that feels that love is an excuse to get hurt, but Sabrina, to you, what does love mean to you? When someone says I love you, what's your interpretation of that?
Well, I'm only 20.
Okay.
And I've had boys say they love me, but I don't even know what love is, to be honest.
All right. Okay.
So
Amiga.
Girl, I like the way you move. Oh, I like the way you groove. The dance is on, so don't be alarmed when we come out along. Yo, you're tuning in to Dee Flow Show on Omega FM.